This Friday, there's a new movie that's going to hit the theaters. It's called Standout, and it's about someone who's in the studio right now. His name is Ben Kjar. Good morning, Ben.
What's up, guys? So excited to be here.
Ben's here, as well as the director of the film, Tanner Christensen. Hey, Tanner.
Hey, man. Happy to be here. Thanks for having us.
Okay, so let's talk about Standout. Ben, first of all, will you just tell us what this movie is about so everyone who maybe is hearing your name for the first time?
Totally. If you're thinking of Standout, you're probably like, what does this movie consist of? Think of two movies. Iconic movies. The movie Rocky.
Yes.
Yeah.
The underdog. He overcame it all to live his best story. Pair that with the movie Wonder.
Oh.
Okay.
The boy who had a facial difference. Both of those stories put together. That's the movie Standout. But the difference is this story is actually real.
So this story is about your life.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, let's talk about this because you bring up Wonder, and I have a flood of emotions that come over me from just thinking about that film. And so tell everyone about your life and why it has been like this journey.
Yeah. Born with Crouzon Syndrome, craniofacial anomaly. Docs would come to my parents, and they'd be like, yo, save your money for two things. He's going to have a ton of reconstructive facial surgeries. So Crouzon Syndrome affects the mid part of the face. They would cut my head open from ear to ear, 12 to 14-hour surgeries.
Wow.
I would live on a trach for a little while, wire my mouth shut. But then if that wasn't the hardest thing, the doctors would say, save your money also for the mental, emotional trauma that would come, and that would definitely be the hardest part.
How old were you when you had your first surgery?
1 year old. So they came to us and said, hey, he's going to have growth stages. His skull is going to need to expand because it doesn't expand normally.
Right.
And so when he's 5 and then later on as he hits maturity, he's going to have this tons and tons of times.
So what is that like as a kid growing up and knowing that, wait a minute, in a few years, I have to go through this whole surgery again where, like you said, they're cutting me from ear to ear?
Yeah, you lose control,
Yeah.
right? And that's hard. It's
Yeah.
hard when you're being raised to feel like you're not in control of something and life is pending another change.
Yeah.
Well, and you go to school and you're like, well, how come I'm doing this and my friends aren't doing this? And, there's all of that as well.
Yeah.
What was it like to be at school? Were you bullied?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the film, you'll see it, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about like in films, you can just portray pretty much anything.
Right.
Go look on social media.
Yeah.
Like go see what was put out there yesterday. And I think yesterday, the comment of the day that I absolutely laughed at is I think they said I looked like an ingrown toenail or something like that. And I thought that was the funniest thing in the world. I found a song that says toenail in it and I posted it. Guys, today that happens.
Yeah.
But we rise above, man.
No, and that's what's so cool is like you're able to find these comments and go, hey, I can spin this because this isn't going to affect me. And that's what's cool because with this movie, these are things that I've been so excited for this movie for years. I've been watching you post about this on Facebook and Instagram. Me and Ben go way back, okay?
Right. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I cannot wait to take my kids to this film or show this to my family and my friends because their life is hard. Like everybody has their trials, but it's up to you to choose to either let that affect you or to take what somebody says negatively about you or take this negative situation and rise above it or stand out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one of the things, Ben, that you really did too stand out was you got into wrestling.
Yeah, that was something I could have control in.
Yeah.
I love wrestling. I did so many sports, football, baseball, basketball, all that. But if one player on your team didn't put an effort, it affected you.
Right.
I couldn't have that anymore. Wrestling gave me exactly the control I was just like yearning for and just begging for because my input gave me my results. I call it being disobedient to average or disobey average.
I like that.
My coaches would come in, they'd say 20 push-ups, 20 push-ups, and I can control something. I could be like, I'm going to do 25. Yeah. And that allowed me to be the champion I ended up becoming.
Ben Kjar hanging out in studio right now for the new movie Standout, the Ben Kjar story. And in studio as well, we have the director, Tanner Christensen. So, Tanner, how did you get attached to this? Like, tell us how this all started.
Yeah, so I was lucky enough to grow up in the same hometown as Ben.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
We both grew up in Centerville, and I mean, you couldn't grow up in Centerville and not know who Ben Kjar was.
Sure.
That was just like, I mean, he was a standout then, just as he is now, a magnetic personality that people wanted to be around. The first time I remember that we had the idea to do a movie about Ben was when I was in junior high. Ben would have been junior high probably too, and my dad, who's also a filmmaker, he's a producer on the film, T.C. Christensen. He was like, "Hey, is that Ben? Is that Ben kid? Is that Scott and Stan's kid? Man, that kid needs to be a movie, don't you think?" And it was like, we kept that in our back pocket ever since. 30 years later, it happened.
So is this a documentary? Is it a retelling? What should someone expect when they go and see Standout this weekend when it comes out?
Yeah, so I mean, technically it is a documentary. We don't advertise it that way because it is not what people think a documentary is. I think there's kind of a I don't know, a label that you just have in your head when you hear documentary, that it's going to be maybe a little boring or factual or something. This is not that at all. It is an absolute like roller coaster ride from the beginning, and you know, it is really structured more like a narrative film.
Last night we got we got a testimonial from a 5-year-old kid in Wyoming. We had a screening there last night, and he said, "This is the best movie I ever saw." And it's because of this. Tanner, what he'll won't tell you is another producer this is how iconic Tanner is. He brought in another producer named Jared Hess, who did Napoleon Dynamite, Nacho Libre, the Minecraft movie, and it has that type of humor in it.
Oh.
It has that type of element where it's funny, it's laughing. Just the other day, I was sitting in a screening, and a 65-year-old man walks out, and I never met this guy. And I'm waiting at the very end to go do a Q&A and get the mic. And he sees me on the way out, and he's just sobbing. And he grabs my shoulders. He's like, "Young man, I've never cried and laughed so hard in a movie before." And
That's
so
awesome.
we're excited to share this with the world and impact the world.
I was just looking at IMDb. It already has a score of 9.5 just from the pre-screenings, which is absolutely incredible. So how does it feel to know that you have this good buzz and these good reviews going into the release on Friday?
Man, we hope that translates into butts in the seats.
Right,
you know?
exactly, yeah.
It's like what we care about. So, yeah, please show up. Yeah.
How many theaters here will be screening Standout?
It should be in most theaters in Utah. So any Megaplex or Cinemark, you know, those are kind of the big
Awesome.
two chains that are around here. So, yeah.
And Ben, you've spoken at a lot of the schools here in Utah. So there might be people who are driving in right now and going, "Wait a minute. I remember Ben coming by my middle school or my high school." And it's like, no, now it's time to see Ben's story on the silver screen.
Yeah, I mean, I've spoke in, hundreds and hundreds of schools all around the state, in and out of the state, and I have about 30 to 45 minutes, and you can hit maybe a fraction of your story.
Right.
This is the behind the scenes of the behind the scenes. If you want to know what happened from day one to what we're doing today, this tells it, and I promise you will walk away being inspired.
The movie is called The Ben Kjar Story, Standout. It's on theaters this Friday. Ben's in studio along with Tanner Christensen. It's so nice to meet the two of you. Congratulations on this film. Like I said, Chantel said it. She has been so excited that this is finally being released. She's been watching it all on Instagram kind of unfold. And so I'm going to challenge our listeners.
Yeah, go see the movie this weekend. Like Ben said, Cinemark, Megaplex, it's out there.